Dreamscape presents Sermon on the Mount, A Beginner's Guide to the Kingdom of Heaven by Amy Jill Levine. Narrated by Nan Mcnamara. Dedicated with special gratitude to the temple, Congregation Ohabai Shalom in Nashville, Tennessee, which has for 2 decades welcomed not only Jews, but also Christians and the religiously unaffiliated to study with me for 3 weeks a year, texts and histories that Jews and Christians share, including the Sermon on the Mount. Those nights at the temple are evidence of the kingdom of heaven in our midst. Introduction. Who wants to read a sermon? When I first read the Gospel of Matthew, I must have been around 13 or 14. I didn't have much interest in the Sermon on the Mount. The Christmas story with the Magi and the slaughter of the innocents, the baptism, Jesus is calling his first 4 disciples, the temptation. Loved the temptation. Jesus 3, Satan 0. All these action-filled, character-driven passages, these fascinated me. And then, Matthew chapters 5 through 7, the Sermon. The Bible I had titled these 3 chapters, The Sermon on the Mount, and the very word, sermon, stopped me. I didn't want to read a sermon. Given the number of sermons I had heard in my junior congregation services at my hometown synagogue, I was pretty sure that sermon was synonymous with boring or obvious. In the local Catholic church that I attended with friends, I had heard a few homilies. For a while I thought the term was hominies, like grits. The only thing that made homilies better than sermons was that they tended to be shorter. Who wants to read a sermon, even if it is by Jesus? I skipped over Matthew chapters 5 through 7 fairly quickly, and then got to the good parts, where Jesus starts healing people and arguing with other Jews. When I got to college and took Introduction to the New Testament, I was 18. I still didn't have much interest in the Sermon on the Mount. The reasons for this lack of interest, however, had changed. When I mentioned to my Christian friends, whether in high school or in my first year of college, that I was interested in biblical studies and especially in the New Testament, many of these friends sang the same song. "Oh yes," they said, "we learned a lot about Jesus in church. We learned that he came to fix Judaism, which had gone downhill from the good old days of Abraham. Problems started with Moses and the law, and then they got increasingly worse. The Jewish system was legalistic, misogynistic, xenophobic, violent, lacking in mercy."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?